continuing my series on the greatest sci-fi shows of all time. Now, as I said in my intro video to this little series, I've been thinking about doing this for a while. So long, in fact, that there were a couple of shows that I checked out specifically because I thought they might be contenders based on what I'd heard about them, and I thought I should give them a fair chance at the title. One of those is Dark. And listen, I also admitted in my intro video that the quote-unquote winner of this list was a foregone conclusion from the minute I started imagining doing this. But folks, when I started watching Dark, I was like, oh my god, this could actually be a challenger for the top spot. If you've never heard of it, it's a sci-fi drama from Germany that follows the intertwined lives of several families in this small town that have been disrupted by some time travel shenanigans. And it's so well done. Very atmospheric. The series has a definite eye, a definite sense of aesthetic and the way that the cinematography complements the storylines. I mean, it's really good stuff visually throughout, and the story and the characters were all very intricately interconnected. I mean, I watched 2 seasons of this extended bootstrap paradox story, enthralled. It was so good. Time travel storytelling is notoriously sloppy. Time travel just makes for messy stories. It's very hard for any movie or series to keep its own internal logic going. That there's just constant contradictions in how time travel works and how it affects things in these stories. Avengers Endgame. But for 2 seasons, Dark was just perfect. Everything made sense, even as it became more and more tightly wound. It still kept its logical consistency. And then, at the very end of the 2nd season, going into the 3rd season, total curveball, changed all the rules. The cliffhanger at the end of the season 2, I was like, wow, this is huge, but you know what? They've pulled it off so far. I bet they can make this make sense. I had faith. And I was let down because the 3rd season is a total mess. Just a disaster of a 3rd season. We're talking Game of Thrones level disappointment here, because this tightly wound, intricate bootstrap paradox is just undone, thrashed. It gets so complicated, and at one point, not even really spoilers, but kind of mild. At one point late in season 3, one of the nefarious figures who's behind all of this has to send a bunch of acolytes and underlings out into the world to fix all of the plot holes just by showing up and saying, hey, we have to do this. And that's the problem with time travel storytelling, is it so often leads to undermining the agency of characters. Either, whole storylines get erased where they don't even happen. So it's like all these things that your characters did, they no longer really exist anymore. That undermines agency for characters. Or characters doing things in time travel stories simply because they know they're supposed to do them, because they did do them when they witnessed the past or the future or what have you. That undermines agency for characters. And so, just such a disappointment that this 3rd season is reduced to that. So that's why, no matter how good those first 2 seasons were, Dark is not the best sci-fi show of all time.